What's a job that you just associate with jerks?
Any job where you can steal customers from your colleague. Salespeople can be one.
Put that coffee down. Coffee is for closers.
Third-party recruiters. False charm, constant lies, ghosting people, spamming, terrible attention spans and an inability to simply read a darn resume to see what people actually do rather than just one keyword. Hey, are you an engineer or artist? We have a role for you. Okay buddy, way to narrow things down.
Personal trainers at a lifetime. Had this one incident where this trainer kept blatantly laughing at me whenever I did my next set of deadlifts, and it honestly disheartened me so much. I already had some hesitancy of getting on the stage area because it was so out in the open. Don't miss that particular place.
A smart trainer would offer tips and help to showcase their knowledge and build clientele. Plus, it's their effing job to encourage people to aim for workout goals. I hope you found a new place where people are helpful and trainers actually follow their job description if they want to interject during your workout. Best wishes to you, and that trainer can F themselves.
Thanks man. I ended up cutting all the bells and whistles and working out at an Anytime Fitness. Was wild, paying $140 a month just to have my locations close earlier than most other facilities.
I work in entertainment. Talent agents and managers top the list, then some talent themselves.
Pooh howdy, that's true. I worked in the music industry until a little bit before COVID, and some of the most baffling behavior I've ever seen comes from talent managers. I once was running a show where it was more or less a metal music showcase for NAMM years ago. There were some pretty big names on the list like Yngwie Malmsteen, and a few other medium names in metal, plus a bunch of smaller bands. Well, it was supposed to be a showcase. 17 bands, 15-minute sets, supposed to be over before 10 p.m., started at 5 p.m. No biggie, I've had gigs like that before, but not with all this management there. Because it was a NAMM show, there are a ton of sponsors and other bands, like on different stages as well. Long story short, I get a few managers that try to fight for more time because their bands need it more. My spidey sense is tingling because a couple of the bands don't even talk to me, they just send their manager to check in. Weird. Cut to the first band that plays over the set, just like 10 minutes over. Whatever. Well, everyone noticed that and decided nothing mattered. The first few bands go 5 or 10 over, which was manageable but not ideal. As soon as we get to the first big act, they just keep playing. 5.10, 0.20 minutes over the set time. I go up to their manager and say if they don't get off now, I'm turning off the stage and they'll look stupid. No lights, backing tracks, keys or stage monitors at that point, it's really hard to keep playing. Manager goes up in between songs and comes back to my booth and says, they only have 2 more songs, and shrugs. I called security back to my booth, then shut down the stage and let them slowly realize they can't hear themselves and that they're all sliding out of sync. I get ran up on by the band and their manager after the show, telling me how unprofessional I am and that they play overtime all the time and nobody cares, which is BS. I just point at my 17 band list and told them to leave. Nobody else played over their time and that band got banned from playing NAMM events in the future, so really super not worth it for them. I have so many more stories, that's just the first that came to mind.
MLMs on Facebook. Girl I haven't talked to since high school. Hey girl. Long time no talk. Guess how I've been losing weight? You should try this product too. Like, yeah, okay thanks.
My favorite was, hey, I'm not sure we've ever spoken, but I got your name off this shirt from the swim club we were both in when we were 10. Wanna join my company? That explains obvious pyramid scheme with no actual job or sales tactic to make the money. That's the day I cracked down on my Facebook settings.
Televangelists. Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. Matthew chapter 7 verse 15.
Every surgeon I've ever met was either one of the kindest, noblest, most intelligent people on the planet or a effing sociopath.
Surgeon here, for everyone saying, yeah, I wouldn't mind having an overconfident sociopath work on me, trust me. You do. The cocky surgeons are the ones who take the biggest risks and feel the least amount of empathy when considering the potential consequences. Not to mention they crush the morale of their support team, which can often psych them out at critical moments. My talent comes from years' hard work, not unearned arrogance, and more importantly, I am comfortable enough with my own fallibility to double, triple check instead of just rolling the dice. Not controlling your ego is what gets people hurt and makes for a miserable work environment for everyone else around you. It's a shame that surgeons are associated with being jerks, and it's an even bigger shame that most of them deserve it.
Beachbody coaches. Blah.
Job.
Paparazzi.
The video where Tobey Maguire is trying to pull out of a parking garage but they're blocking him in pretty much sums it up.
Whoever calls the shots at the insurance company. Edit. Oh, the irony. Was just on my way to get court scan because my doc says I need one and was called and told it was denied. Here we go again. Glad I've been paying these huge premiums for 20 years.
Sis-in-law had her appendix burst while she was out of town. Insurance is refusing to cover it because she didn't go to one of the preferred doctors. There were of course no preferred doctors in the area, and it's the last thing on your mind when you're in that much pain.
I took one of those tests that tells what you should do for a living. It said I should be an attorney or an IRS agent, so clearly I am an asshole.
As an attorney, we're severely underrepresented in this thread. Someone will hear from my lawyer about this.
Soda fountain operator.
I would say call center supervisors, but they are snakes in the grass, and it's unfair to jerks to be compared to snakes in the grass.
Speaking from experience, I would say those supervisors answering to managers. But yes, there needs to be an overall change in call centers. The management implements certain protocol to boost their own stats. Not concerned about their own people and not truly concerned about customer.
I would say that current business management philosophy across all industries is cancerous. Restaurants, retail, etc. all appear to be on the verge of a mutiny. We're at the beginning of a mass labor movement. Life coach equals burned out douche, wannabe social media influencer.
Yes, I know so many people who don't have their poo together but think they'll do a fantastic job telling others how to get their poo together.
Head chef. I made it to Sue's before leaving traditional kitchen work. They're all effing miserable unless they own the place and are so rich they can just pay someone else to do the work. The executive chef at my last gig, owner, liked to show up to manager meetings in a car that costs $200,000. I couldn't convince the people in charge of payroll that the reason we couldn't find and retain decent prep cooks was the fact that they paid minimum wage. Also finance bros. They're all douchebags.
Restaurant industry is effed.
This comes from personal experience. Restaurant managers. Anyone that has worked in the restaurant industry knows just how much of a prick your managers can be.
The worst is when the owner puts their kid in charge. Pimp.
Little by little, the pimps have taken over the world. They don't do anything, they don't make anything, they just stand there and take their cut. Jean Giraudoux.
Car salesman. Estate agent. Door-to-door sales.
Worked in car sales for 2 years. Couldn't get out of it fast enough. I felt like a sleaze ball, and I was the most honest salesman on the lot by a country mile.
There's always a Bernice or Linda in HR who's in everybody's business but their own.
I see your Bernice and Linda, and raise you a Brenda.
Working at the jerk store.
The jerk store called, they're running out of you.
MLM schemes.
I associate those with idiots more than jerks.
Influences.
Debt collectors.
I've had debt collectors calling my work phone for 6 years now. For the last guy who had the phone number. Gee, wonder why he changed it. Try to explain to them a whole bunch of times that Michael's not here, Michael gone. Don't know Michael. I have no interest in what happens to his credit score, and surprisingly, I have no number I can give them for this Michael the first have never met or dealt with in my life. The calls have dwindled to just once every week or so now. One of the regulars is sure I'm Michael, and one of these days she'll catch me out. Likes to say, "Hi Michael." Like someone talking to a friend when I answer.
Asterisk Hoa has entered the chat. Asterisk.
Politicians.
HR. Think it's genetic memory speaking.
Thank you for watching. We upload new videos every day, so be sure to come back for more fun. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed the video.